Hello guys, welcome to our channel, The Collector's Hub. In the last episode, Gwen revealed that the owl had known the existence of the machine monster for a long time, but the wolf had burned but then later revealed stolen some of the documents regarding an ancient scepter, that the owl tribe hid it at the Isle of Owlsgard. Now, Finn and Glenn managed to get a navigator and the known location of the isle. They set sail for it. If you like more series and videos like this, consider to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.
Wake up! Come on! Surely you don't want to miss the moment when our leader welcomes you, right?
We're leaving right now, okay? He didn't see us at all.
Forget it. He should be arriving here any moment. I'll go sharpen the knives.
It's gonna take a miracle to get us out of here, Finn.
Shh! Don't worry. Let me help you out of here.
What?
My father and his men have almost found what they're looking for. But they will make a catastrophic mistake. Listen to me. I need you both. And especially you, Gwen. I meant you no harm from the beginning. And the reason I caught you was...
We've got company, I hear. Charlena! Why is there only a stunted flame on our fire?
I was just about to go get some more wood.
Did you talk to the prisoners?
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. You truly are like your grandfather. I simply don't want you to make the same mistake. If you allow yourself to be blinded by their words, you'll end up just like him. And now, take care of the fire. Pronto!
Yes, Father.
And as for you, my friends, you think I don't see what you're up to? But you should have come a little earlier. We have already found what we're looking for.
Oh, please spare me your monologue. Just eat us already. I hope you choke.
Actually, I didn't plan to celebrate this brutish old tradition of ours here. But since you ask for it, it will be my pleasure. You two, crush their skulls. As soon as they stop moving, a small fire might do it.
No!
Now I've had enough! Take her away! And make sure she doesn't cause any more mischief until we return.
No! Let go of me!
It's for her own good.
My leader! Your men have managed to occupy the surrounding towers. They're now waiting for your signal to activate them!
That's excellent! Take the prisoners with you. Maybe there will be some unpleasant traps there that we'll need to test out. Forward! Here we go again. It took what felt like an eternity to find this old site. We should be ready any second.
I'm so happy, my leader! Still, I'm a little skeptical. These statues send a shiver down my spine.
These, I must confess that I agree. The old documents mentioned them too. If I'm not mistaken, These creatures depicted here are the reason our world even exists in the first place. But we don't really need to worry about that. We go through the portal, take the Scepter of the Owls, and then return.
A scepter? You're looking for a scepter?
Quiet! Aha! It looks like my men have just activated the surrounding towers. It's incredible! Exactly as it was written in the old documents. The power of the scepter is as good as ours.
I beg you, wait! Remember why we took the prisoners.
You're right. The traps. However, it would be a waste to sacrifice our food for such a purpose.
I'm alive!
So, no traps. Leave the prisoners here. We still need them as the main course for our victory celebration. Everybody follow me, and do not dawdle. We don't know how long these decrepit towers will sustain their energy.
I guess that's it, Gwen. We screwed up. If only we could get out of here and look for help.
Why don't we just do that?
Wait a minute. Ha! These guys totally forgot about our legs. I was so scared I didn't even notice. Gwen, would you kindly... Perfect!
They're gone! Through the portal!
The scepter. That must be what they're after. Apparently, the wolves activated these old towers to open the portal here. We should do the same and follow them.
Let's do it. And that one wolf, Jarlina. She seemed to know more than the rest of the wolves. We should look for her.
This must have been an important place in the ancient city of the owls. What do you suppose is waiting for us on the other side? Except for that scepter the wolves seem so crazy about.
Well, judging by those grim statues, nothing too particularly friendly.
It makes a shiver run down my spine. What are those creatures? And why is this one holding a spear? It must belong to a warlike species. Every hair on my fur is standing up right now. Whatever that grotesque creature is, the deer certainly didn't lay down there by choice. The sight of it makes my hooves curl up. Didn't the owls know how to build proper statues? Or did the creatures depicted here really look like that? Looks like Flintstone. Ah, dung! Doesn't work. It's way too massive to pull something from it. This must have been in... What do you suppose? Except for...
Well...
Could there still be completely unexplored corners of our world? Whatever lies beyond, we'll have no choice but to go in, or my parents and all the other animals will be lost. I hope my parents are still okay. That won't do anything to... One could almost assume that boats were once tied to this peg-like piece.
picturesque looking coast. I feel like I'm walking inside a painting that someone is currently looking at.
Funny thought, but also quite absurd.
Yeah, you're right.
There must be something mysterious behind it. It's ancient, but apparently still functional. As a stone, you get a great view here. Enormous! The rather flat shores in Velehill pale in comparison. The statue has notches on its limbs. I wonder if you can move them. Dung! The statue is far too wide and bulky to tie the rope around it. I need something more narrow. It starts to move!
It lifted one of its wings!
What ancient secret might it be sharing?
It's dancing?
Oh man, what a nonsense. I feel like I'm at a carnival.
Hopefully you're able to turn that annoying thing off again.
Not a chance. It's more than stuck. Our ship is completely destroyed. If that weren't the wolves, it must have been those machines.
Oh no! I don't see Bullock anywhere either. Ah! And we still don't get past.
You won't see us in this corner. He sees me every time.
Dude, how about we start setting up a trap or something?
Ah, I could stretch the rope across this path. Only what do I attach the other end of the rope to? Dung! The statue is far too wide and bulky to tie the rope around it. I need something more narrow. Where'd that giant two-legged machine go? A thing that size can't just disappear on an island this small. Did it just vanish into thin air?
If it didn't sound so absolutely stupid, it could totally be the case here. What's going on here?
The lever does not need an item to be used. He's looking nervously at the river. That must have been there for ages. You can't even tell what was once written on it. Watch out, current. There they lie, all peaceful and harmless. Ah, I envy the stone life. A peaceful, clear little river. Is it my imagination, or do I see a shadow there from time to time? This bridge is not as old as everything else here. It seems to have been built in the last few years. Impressive. I'd love to know where this archway once led to when the building here was still intact. Maybe it was the entrance to a castle which had access to flowing water. Greetings, squirrel.
Hey, shh! You two better watch out. There's something dangerous in the water.
You look pretty tense.
Believe me, you would be too if you were in my situation. Ever since those monsters showed up here, our squirrel tribe has been in an uproar. And today, I have been chosen to monitor the river to warn the others if necessary. You never know when those creatures might approach our tree.
What's the situation here?
Can't you see I don't want to talk about it?
I believe you. Actually, I feel the same way.
Can I tell you a funny squirrel joke to lighten the mood?
Oh no, please don't! The punchline will be all about your nuts!
What the? How did you know that?
Have you seen the wolves?
A few hours ago, I saw several boats docked on the coast. I'm going to assume that those figures in them were the wolves you're talking about.
Yeah, that's about right.
Strange guys. They scoured the entire area and broke into the ancient site of the owls. No one has been in there for centuries. After that, they set up a tent camp at the other end of the island. A certain female wolf caught my eye. She wore a green robe and was constantly being pushed around by the others. Also, they did something with those towers. But I have no idea what exactly. It must have had a connection to the old site.
Can you tell us about the area?
Oh, you're asking the right guy. I know every good place to hide nuts within many kilometers.
Oh, thank you, but I'm afraid that's not what we're looking for.
Why not? Winter is coming.
Do you know anything more specific about the old site?
Oh, you're interested in those boring old things. Well, let me think. All I know is that the site must have once belonged to a city of owls. But now, little remains. You see those rocks there? Those must be the last remnants of the city. Something of great importance is said to be hidden deep beneath the site. But don't ask me what exactly.
Hey, that sounds good. What do you know about the towers?
Honestly, I'm a bit confused by the towers. They've been there for many centuries, looking all worn down. And they're not particularly easy to climb either. That aside, you can't even use them to store nuts. The gaps between the bricks are simply too narrow. I'm sure those towers once served a purpose. But these days, they're only giving this island a pretty unpleasant vibe, I guess.
What can you tell us about the Wall of Fog?
Without that stupid old wall of fog, you would certainly have a great view here. Admittedly, I do find it a bit creepy. It is said that no one has ever reached the other side of it, as if some unknown law of nature prevents anyone who dares from doing so. I once threw a nut in there to test whether the fog was a suitable storing place. However, I could not even hear the sound of the nut hitting the ground. It just seemed to disappear.
Good thing I didn't plan to go camping there anytime soon.
Different subject. We're from Velehill.
Ah, Velehill. A beautiful spot. I have never been there myself. What's the situation like over there?
Not one bit different from here, unfortunately.
Not even your king could do anything? Oh my, it's all very exasperating.
We have to go.
Don't let those things get you.
A deep, thorny bush. Are those thorns moving?
Finn, don't get too close to those. I know these kinds of thorns. The pricks they give you are extremely toxic.
The tree stump is full of hungrily gnawing woodworms. Aw, I can't catch them. They're way too fast. Aw. Aw.
Didn't know that the plants in this region were that hostile.
Feels weird to still have walked among green trees in Velehill this morning. And now, here we are, standing amidst snow-covered spruce trees. Her beak is all bent from years of knocking. I've always wondered what it's like to live in a birdhouse like that. Where's the living room and the bathroom? Are there comfortable hangout areas? And who's going to clean up all the leftover worms from the couch? Hello up there, Mrs. Woodpecker.
Greetings, young travelers. Are you looking for someone by any chance?
How do you know that?
Just a guess. Roughly half an hour ago, there were some terrible things going on here. A green-robed wolf with white fur was badly mauled by a group of other wolves and then left in the midst of these thorns.
Jarlina? She's in there?
We have to get her out of there.
I flew into the thicket of thorns shortly after to talk to her, but she seemed unresponsive.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound good.
Thanks for the info anyway, Miss Woodpecker.
One does what one can.
What's the situation here?
Since I am old and my beak is too crooked for some good old-fashioned pecking, I often sit here, count the snowflakes, and philosophize about the woodpecker life. Every now and then, I fly over to the village and drop in on my friend Sashenka. But for now, I'd rather stay here. I don't need to tell you that strange things are happening right now, do I?
Yes, that's true. These machine things, it's like something out of a nightmare.
However, in this area, I guess it's still safe. Oh, and by the way, you are always welcome in my little house if things become too dangerous out there.
Oh, thank you. That's nice. Can you tell us about the area?
The area? What can I help you with?
Do you know anything about the giant wall of fog?
I have always stayed away from that wall of fog. I don't know anything specific about it, but the unnatural density of it alone always seemed eerie to me. I've heard that after a few seconds of flying into it, you can't even see your own wings in front of your face anymore. It's like you enter a strange, dangerous world the deeper you venture into it.
Do you know anything about the three towers?
Most find them quite impressive, but I myself have always found them more spooky. You can literally sense the air of dark, long-gone centuries in their vicinity. An air filled with the ancient scent of unrevealed secrets and mysterious events, which no one can identify anymore. In my younger and, let's say, wilder years, I once flew near the top of one of these towers to prove myself in a test of courage. I saw an opening leading inside on its wall, very far at the top. However, the strong wind kept me from flying in. I probably wouldn't have gotten far anyway. A large ornate gate was located further back inside the opening. Apart from that, all of my feathers stood on end. The wind was howling fearsomely, as if the tower tried to scare me away, to keep me from looking deeper inside it.
Do you know anything about the ancient site of the owls?
The site? Oh, I lack deeper historical knowledge about that. However, the giant owl statue above it has always impressed me. By the way, I met my lovely husband on its head back in the day. It was such a beautiful evening. It was just us two woodpeckers, looking out over the seared sunset, dreaming about the tastiest worms. What I wouldn't give to be able to sit up there with him one more time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's talk about something else.
Oh, sure.
The woodworms seem to be doing pretty well over there.
Oh, those little rascals are much quicker and nimble these days. And sadly, I'm not the youngest anymore.
We'll be on our way.
May you always find a nice fat worm in every tree.
What a tiny settlement. Almost reminds me of my home in the mountains of Velehill.
Ugh, that solid oak door is kind of intimidating. Welcome to Frostville. You suffered severe bleeding and fatal injuries in the wilderness? Visit Stenik the Healer at the bottom of the stone stairs today. A very different architecture from the houses in Velehill. Wouldn't have guessed anyone still lived on this remote island. I don't need to have a conversation.
What do you want?
We're passing through and need help.
Come inside.
Finn, this guy is giving me some serious "I'll kill you and keep your skull as a teacup" vibes. I don't know if we can trust him.
Come here. So, you need help. The customs of this place are foreign to you, aren't they?
Well, we,
Why should we help you? You who cowardly dare to enter our village. Actually, we should rob you, and then throw you into the sea.
what?
We won't bother you any longer.
Be quiet. You will not earn our help until you master an ancient trial.
Trial?
If you fail, deserved death awaits you.
Oh no, please, have mercy.
Are you ready? Here I have 2 dolls made of straw. One on the left, and one on the right.
Wait, from my direction or yours?
From yours. It is not difficult to see that they are scaled-down replicas of a brave and ancient warrior of our tribe. But only one of the dolls was made by a true master of his craft. Which one is it?
What kind of stupid...
Finn, pull yourself together. Better take another look.
They're both butt ugly.
Got you! I just wanted to see which of the two dolls you thought was prettier. But wait, you do not like them? Both are made by me, you know. I am an artist.
What the?
Reiner, you can leave again. But be careful with the door. Darn it. Feel right at home, you two.
Fancy iron boots! The armor seems to have been made for a wild boar.
This is the armor of Gulliver Grunt, a notorious enemy of my great-grandfather. After Gulliver was defeated in combat, our family received the armor as a trophy. Please don't touch it. It is my lucky charm.
Maybe not hygienic, but very cozy. It's beneath the bench. I can see the giant wall of fog right near the gardens. What a guy!
Feel free to take anything that can help you.
A useful reading aid on dark nights. A stone pedestal firmly attached to the wall of the house. Nothing's moving. The pedestal is firmly attached to the wall of the house. Even if me and Gwen could reach it with a leg up, the armor is firmly attached to the pedestal.
Please don't touch it. It is my lucky charm. Are you here because of these horrible machines?
Yeah, something like that. With whom do I have the honor?
Sven Slaughterson is my name. My hoof-made straw dolls are known all over the area.
Could I borrow a straw doll?
But of course, don't be shy.
Thank you. Is there another one of those straw dolls?
Don't you already have one?
True.
But I'm flattered that you seem to like them so much.
Definitely. So, you're an artist?
You recognized my talent right away, didn't you?
Somehow you don't look like that at all.
My father was a fearless warrior and wanted me to follow in his footsteps. But swinging an axe strains your arms, ruins your hairstyle, and makes all your clothes dirty. Just think of the endless hours spent in the washboard trying to get your enemy's blood out again. So I dedicated my life to something else. The fine arts.
Incredible!
I dig that! A true rebel!
Can you help us on our journey? An imposing guy like you would certainly be helpful in all kinds of dangers.
Dangers? Oh, you want me to fight?
Well, not necessarily, but...
I'm sorry, but I can't. Also, the freezing cold air out there hurts my sensitive little nostrils. And above all, what if I get dirty?
Oh my.
And what about Reiner, who was in here earlier?
He prefers to hole up in his hat. Believe me, he's no help to you either.
Aw, come on.
I kinda already expected that.
Tell me about your great art projects.
Years ago, I had a really innovative project in development. However, I had to end my work on it prematurely. I wanted to create a completely new form of entertainment, an interactive play.
Wow, that sounds exciting.
You were supposed to be able to shout out commands to the main actor during the performance, whereupon he would carry them out. This way, you as the viewer would be able to move the story forward and have every conceivable action performed.
Ingenious! But why did nothing come of it?
The planning phase alone was a nightmare. How do you tell a coherent story when the viewer is able to make the main character do completely inappropriate things at every opportunity? Every possible action led to a change in the course of the story, which had to be planned. And what if the hero of the performance was supposed to talk to another character? All the possible dialogue had to be planned out as well. At times, it was also necessary for the main character to pick up items and use them. And there were more and more items. I had to get a tailor to help me make the pockets of the hero's costume bigger. I also had to paint the backgrounds as well as decor for each new scene you could visit. I first planned to only have 40 locations, but in the end, it turned to 80.
Rad!
I also wanted to write the music myself. No one else was supposed to interfere with my vision. Before I knew it, I was completely burned out, lying huddled on the floor of my workshop like a whimpering sack. During the first test performances, viewers were frustrated by the moments when they didn't know what to do. So they started trying everything and let the main character run from one place to another until the performer collapsed from exhaustion. But if I had constantly given clues to solve the puzzles, the performance would have been over much too quickly. I think our time is not yet ripe for something like that.
Hey, I think this medium certainly has its appeal. For a rather special type of animal, at least.
Maybe you're right.
To move on to another topic. Can you tell me something about the area?
You are literally at the end of the world here. Apart from that, this island has always been a keeper of many secrets since the beginning of time. The land has been home to the 3 towers, the old owl site, and the huge wall of fog.
What do you know about the site?
Just like the towers, it is said to have been here since the beginning of time. We suspected that some owls used to live there and hid something beneath it. However, the entrance to the site seemed to be mysteriously locked. No one ever managed to get in there, except for the wolves recently.
What do you know about the Wall of Fog?
Unfortunately, just what every other animal here knows. It encircles our entire world and marks its end. There have been numerous attempts in the past to move through the fog. However, they all failed because the conditions within the fog became increasingly hostile the deeper one ventured in. Since then, it has been claimed that every law of nature known to us ceases to exist within the fog. As if, from a certain point on, everything starts to dissolve into a vast nothingness.
To move on to another topic. Did you notice the wolves?
Oh, yes, I did. Some of them had raided our village a few hours ago. Apart from that, they have entered the ancient site of the owls, an act that had been considered impossible for ages. I heard that they were only able to do so because they carried some old documents with them.
That's right, and I have a feeling they're going to do even worse. Were the machines already here?
Awful, just awful. No one knew where they came from or what they want. Large parts of the island have already been depopulated by these monsters. In this village we might still be safe, but that will probably change soon.
See you later! That picture is flipped towards the wall.
Well, how do I explain this? I put all my artistic energy into this picture and worked on it for hours. The muse seemed to be in my favor.
Every detail added up to something great on the canvas. I then finished my day's work and intended to complete it the next morning. But little did I suspect the hideous curse that would once again sink its claws into my work.
Oh no, what happened?
When I looked at it the next day with a fresh set of eyes, it appeared to me as a grotesque still life out of a fever dream. Pure ugliness loomed in front of me, as if the picture had been infected overnight with the concentrated vileness of a garbage dump. The now obvious errors in the image composition tortured my poor artist's soul like 1,000 prickly needles. From that day on, I hung it on the wall like that, and promised to never look at the disgusting piece of work again.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, typical artists.
I don't want to move his art from its place.
Careful with the door, please. Are you crazy? The beautiful armor! Ah, you have completely destroyed it!
I'm sorry.
Although, actually, it was quite ugly. And a dust catcher to boot. Finally, I have a reason to throw it away. Leave it there, I'll just sweep it away later.
Nothing's moving. The pedestal is firmly... There it lies. Too heavy for me. Too heavy. There's no answer. There's no way that's real. Otherwise, I'd rather not meet the snail who once owned this house. There must be more rocks than inhabitants in this village. Nothing interesting to be seen. Snails this size are rarely seen elsewhere. Greetings, my slimy friend.
Please, call me Shishinka. Shishinka Svetlana Van Slime. You must be really brave to wander around here during these dangerous times.
What kind of store is this?
I sell the highest quality snail slime. Oh, and don't forget the mud. Or at least I did until recently.
Slime and mud? Seriously?
I rarely joke about my products. Admittedly, the mud sells quite sluggishly. But there were times when it was a hot seller with the wild boars in the bristle forest. You are welcome to have a sample of my slippery dippery slime.
What's so special about these products?
I see you don't know the secret of the slippery dippery slug craft.
Something tells me I don't even want to know.
We snails know how to make our products extra sticky. Yeah, but unfortunately my snail slime production is no longer possible since those wolves appeared here.
Oh, they were here too?
By the grease and mud! Don't you see this mess?
Indeed. What happened here?
Oh, to produce my extra sticky slime, the secret ingredient is a special, clear water. I used to store it in bottles inside this cabinet to the left, but then those wolves came, trashed the place, drank all the bottles, and disappeared again.
So that's why there was so much yellow snow on the way here.
And there's no more of this special water in the area?
The water was imported near Velehill, but as you know, the machines are wreaking havoc everywhere now, and thus no one is able to supply the water anymore.
What can you tell me about the area?
Despite the unpleasant temperatures, this has always been a lively and busy place. However, since those machines have been making everything unsafe, things have changed for the worse. Oh, and furthermore, this land is home to many legends, of which, unfortunately, I do not know much. Sorry. I only know that the owls are said to have left many mysterious things here, structures, and no one seems to know the purpose of them.
Goodbye!
See you next time, my friends!
Ew, disgusting.
I'm sure you can do more with this than just stop doors. Ugh, I stepped right into the mud. Excuse me. Finally, the stuff is off my shoes. I don't want to carry the mud around with my bare hoof.
You bite your tongue, young man. My mud is by far the most squishy and sludgy from here to Velehill.
Greetings,
Welcome back.
Goodbye.
See you next time.
Ew.
Jeez, that's some wind.
Don't look down.
New! No matter if old, young, or adrenaline junkie, experience thrilling dental treatments with your loved ones that will knock you out of your seat. Choose from an exciting selection. We offer gripping suspense with the all-new door and thread method. We also still let it rip with the classics like the tongs. Things really heat up when we bring in our all-new branding iron. Too much action? We also offer something for the contemplative, truly deep experiences during our root canal treatments. Let yourself and your teeth break free from your daily grind. Unnecessary screaming costs extra.
Ah, stop it. This is horrible. And I don't even have teeth.
I can see the healer silhouette somewhere in the back of the room. Nothing interesting to be seen. Ew!
The healer is very busy right now. I am his assistant.
Ugh, looks a lot like my nasty benchmate from school days. If only I could get rid of the spider. Well, we...
Do you have an appointment?
No, but we can use all the help we can get.
Then I'm sorry. You can only visit the healer if you have an appointment!
But all hell broke loose here! It doesn't matter in these dire times if you have a stupid appointment!
You two understood me, right? No appointment, no healer!
By St. Hippo, I don't believe it!
Typical spiders.
Don't Don't you have anything better to do than block the way? Why don't you actually help the healer and take care of the patients in the other room?
No, I prefer to stay in this corner. The wind on the front side of the house blows much too hard. It would blow me away.
Get out of the way!
Not with that tone of voice, Roebuck.
Can you tell us about the area?
Do I look like a tour guide?
We're off again. Let's get inside before the wind slams the door again. Those machines had no mercy with this poor fellow. There's some disgusting stuff floating in it. Studies of rib bones and a spinal column. Probably just sketches for a comic book the healer's working on in his free time. I can barely make it out from here. Must be lollipops or something. A heavy, solid oak shelf. On it, I see 2 smart books on medicine, a cookbook, 50 Shades of Hay, a skull, which, to be honest, makes me a bit uncomfortable, and a dusty jar I neither need nor want to touch. Ugh, I don't even want to know what it's been used for. Some note about a herbal mixture. The skull of a cat. Ugh. Undecipherable scribblings. Undecipherable I can see the sunset especially well from up here. Hey, how's it going? Oh, I see. That's a great costume. You made it yourself? We gotta go again. I'm sure the bandage will do its job. Hey, how's it going? Oh, I see. Have you been waiting here long? Do you know anything about the area? Interesting. We gotta go again. Ew, no thanks. The skull on the bottle speaks volumes. The healer needs it himself. No way, I'll never move it. The vein does not need another item. The vein does... I don't have to tie a rope around that. The water somehow has such a calming effect.
A lovely place to have a picnic.
Oh, yes! Where you lie in the soft grass, bite into a jam sandwich with relish, and listen to the hum of the machines that are currently drilling their steel teeth through the top of your skull.
Totally my thing.
Even in the rivers, these monsters swim around.
If we want to get across the bridge without being noticed and possibly, how you say, snacked, we should try to distract this creature with something.
We'll be on our way then. It ate the doll in a flash.
Maybe we should try to keep this creature busy a little longer, so we have enough time.
I think I'm gonna need that item. It's no good to me in the No one here anymore. The wolves settled here for a brief moment. Looks like animal skins. Ugh. Even for the poor buffalo, any help must have come too late after it made the mistake of running into the wolves. Even a sly crocodile fell into the wolves' trap. It must have been a horrible fight. It's full of holes. Phew. We would have almost landed on it too, and then would probably have joined those bony buddies over there. The sight of it makes my stomach turn. Oh, poor guy. Hopefully no one I know. I hope my parents are still okay. The rolling pin changes. You can put things on it. The wolves are free to take that down themselves. It's all right where it is. That's not what What a strange place. I don't think this building was here until recently.
Of all the architectural styles, from all the different animal kingdoms I know, this cannot be assigned to any of them.
How can this be possible? Ever since those machines started roaming around, entire buildings have been appearing as if by magic. Unreachable from over here, it must have led to another part of the building at one time, of which there now seems to be nothing left. I bet that switch opens the door there. Apparently it was once part of some kind of piping system inside the building, of which there doesn't seem to be much left. This part of the pipe is attached to the wall with tiny screws.
Something tells me we shouldn't be here.
Good day. Nice to see you again. The coffee is ready. Please report for duty in Sector 32 and...
Hello?
What was that creature anyway?
I don't have the faintest idea, but it stopped talking.
Phew! Thank goodness. I hate coffee. Ugh!
This seems to be the way to open this glass wall. Appears to be some sort of suit, hidden behind a thick wall of glass. Wait! There's something in the breast pocket. A package with pictures of medicinal herbs on it. Medicine, perhaps? My new companion, Gwen. Heaps of transparent cylindrical containers. I wonder if they stored things in them to transport them somewhere else later. Crazy. That's some kind of lantern, but it's able to turn its lights on and off, as if someone is commanding it to.
Even if this building hasn't been here for long, it looks like someone once lived here a long time ago. And it doesn't seem like the residents had planned their disappearance.
It's too heavy for me. The end of the stairs is missing, and the only thing waiting for me down there is pure darkness. Who knows what's waiting for me at the bottom when I lower myself down there? I'd rather stay up here and try something else. The stairs lead to nowhere. Strange. Locked tight. Judging by the battered exterior, it seems to have been broken for a long time. You certainly can't open the door from this side. Nothing happened. It would take forever to... What a strange device. It seems you have to put something in the opening. It's about the size of these containers over there. Unfortunately, that doesn't do anything here. Unfortunately...
Finn! Don't!
Oh no! Ah! Unfortunately, I don't think that will do any good. I could throw something at the switch to push it, only I'd need a lot of strength, and be able to shoot around the corner. Therefore, I'm afraid this item will be of no use to me. The tree stump is full of hungrily gnawing woodworms. Aw, I can't... I'd hate to feed the wooden bucket to the worms. It could be useful. Putting this on the stump won't do me any good. The woodworms won't give a damn... The rolling pin is too useful to feed to the woodworms. Putting this on the stump won't do me any good. It's none of my business. I'm sure the worms inside will distrust me even more if I beat on their home like crazy with this. From here on, the thorns become too big for cutting them.
There's Jarlina! These thorns seem to be holding her hostage here.
We should be careful. Jarrek's men, they left Jarlina out here in the cold? Oh boy, I wonder if he knows about this. Poor guy. What a terrible place to bite the dust. These thorny bushes are truly deadly. That must have belonged to that traveler before he fell victim to this thorny bush. Here on the ground grows other kinds of thorns. Smaller, but certainly even meaner. Creepy. We're deep inside the thorn bush. If you venture in even deeper, you surely won't come out again in one piece. Or at all. Let's see if this works. That won't help her. Those mean thorns would only prick at it. Against these big thorny vines, I'm powerless, even with the best scissors. No, water is a precious commodity. I'll take these boots off first. Is this one of your special waters by any chance?
I can't believe it. Yes. Yes, indeed. As a reward, I will produce some of my world-class snail slime for you. Give me a sec. Here you go. Super duper extra sticky. Just for you.
Thank you. It would only be ripped into pieces or You can clearly see that the wolves were here earlier. They must have been the first who found this button again after all these centuries. Downright menacing. Here's hoping that the owls who posed as models for these statues weren't replicated on a 1-to-1 scale. Downright menacing. Here's hoping. The back end leads outside, and it's aimed directly at the great sight of the owls.
Old places like this always give me some really unsettling vibes.
The wolves must have uncovered this button. This tower is activated. Downright menacing. Here's hoping that the... I think the ashes in the wood are already where you need them. I prefer to start... Why should I break him? To do this, you first need a fire. The rolling pin changes nothing here. That doesn't have to be illuminated. To do this, it's all right where it is. To do that, I need to... The trestle looks a little worn already. I better not bang on it with this. The trestle looks a... That's not what belongs... What good would that... Hello up there. Can you help us push a button? There's a strange building at the other end of the island, with a button we can't reach.
Show me, and I will try. Ugh. Oh, sorry. I guess I lack the strength to properly push it. You'll probably need something with more... punch.
We'll be on our way.
May you You have quite a sharp wedge there.
I don't want to get rid of any money.
What huge household items you grab. That rolling pin would easily take up half my living room. Oh, your rope is at least as old and worn out as I am. With those, you'd certainly be a fearsome match for those thorns. I see some woodworms have gotten pretty busy with that bucket.
Darn! Those thorns are of the extra thick sort. I need extra sharp scissors if I'm going to cut through these. This is no way to sharpen scissors properly. This is no way to sharpen scissors properly. This is no way. I don't want to cut it up. I don't want to cut it. I don't want to cut it up. Jarlina? No response. No thanks. Ugh, I don't want... This is no way to sharpen scissors properly. I'm sure the worms inside will distrust me even... Hello, could I speak to the Worm King by any chance? Oh great, they're not even interested in me. Hello up there, Miss... What's the situation?
Since captive, but I...
Yes, that's true.
How about you are...
Oh, thank you. We'll be on our way.
May you are...
Feels weird to still have walked among green trees. And now, here... I don't want the woodpecker lady to think that... I don't think that will... I don't think that... That's enough for me. I don't think that... I think I'm gonna need that item. It's no good to me in the water. I don't think that...
The blades of your scissors look downright laughable when compared to those on the creature's head there in the water. It certainly won't help you here.
You can't do anything with these boring rocks.
You better not use it to draw... A candle? Have your romantic rip...
I don't think that will... I don't think that... I don't have to tie a rope around that. I'd rather leave this ancient ruin un... I don't think that... The trees are far too busy blowing gracefully in the... Even if there was something to find, I can barely... I can't open it. I can't open... Oops! It's stuck in the stone. However, I don't think I need a musty old stick. It's definitely not making this gloomy place any friendlier. They're surrounding the entire tower. What would these ancient walls tell if they could? Say, Gwen, how can we get inside the tower?
Probably not through the front entrance. There must be another way.
I'll take one more look around the area. Absolutely nothing to... Nothing visible to open it with. I'll knock politely.
My leader, is that you?
Uh-oh.
Must have been the wind. Ah, too bad. I was hoping it was that roebuck I saw earlier. So I could finally crack his skull open like a walnut. Wait! Now I've locked myself out again! I should really remember that this door can only be opened from the inside. Ah, well, I'll just use the back entrance again.
That would have been too easy. Jarek has one of his men stationed here.
We better not mess with him.
place again. And I stepped right into this darn mud. Wait! Now I've locked myself out again. I should really remember that this door can only be opened from the inside. Well, I'll just use the back entrance again.
You're surrounding the entire... How do you get back in? Look! It seems like he stepped on these stones in a certain order. Right! A secret door! I hope I don't run into that wolf. Lucky us. He didn't see me. Downright menace. Here's hoping that the wolves must have uncovered this button. This tower is activated. He's looking nervously at the river. It's us again!
Greetings!
How can you be calm enough to read a book now?
Listen, I'm trying to find out about the monster that was causing trouble here a moment ago. It must be possible to assign it to one of the animal species. But even this clever encyclopedia here doesn't seem to have the faintest idea about where this thing might have come from.
I guess your encyclopedia won't be of much use there, my fuzzy friend. We're dealing with something completely unknown right now.
Maybe I can still find something.
If not, I'd suggest you find somewhere to hide.
You don't have to tell me twice.
We have to go.
Don't let those things get you.
Something tells me that machine must have swum away. All the better for us. Pulling out won't work. That doesn't have to be illuminated. Creepy. Never seen a footprint like that before. Never seen a... It's starting to cool down.
Oh, does this wax sculpture belong to you? Seems like a monkey's foot to me, but strangely deformed by the influence of your expressionistic style. What is this? A jar? A lantern? A very minimalistic style, I must say. But to each their own.
This crack runs through the entire wall. On the other side, a large object appears to be blocking the hole. Wow, even this massive thing fits in my pants.
Dude, too much information.
It's not that easy to remove a crack from a wall. It's already doing its... Who's up for dessert? Gotcha! It's somewhat of a woodworm commune by now. Doesn't fit the small pipe. I'm sure I can find a better place for the gutter. It actually fits! I can certainly use it, but what for? I can never get there from over here. I can't get this thing around the corner by myself. That's no good on... That doesn't do me any good here. I don't want to cut these up without reason. That's not what belongs on this trestle. I would never sacrifice this to those statues. I would never... I wouldn't even know how to open... I would never... That was impressive! That won't do anything. It's not that easy. I don't need to have a
I hope the healer's treatment methods aren't as bad as this place looks.
Am I supposed to club the shelf with this until it's reduced to sawdust? It's a little too massive for that. There's just this one opening, and I can't get... That doesn't have to... There's just this one opening, and I can't get it any bigger. The sign already has... That doesn't belong. This will not remove the stone disc. This will not remove the... This will not... There are outlines of countries and islands carved into it. Some kind of world map. The lever does not... That doesn't belong... The rolling pin fits perfectly into the center hole of the stone. It almost looks like a grindstone. Wait a minute, this isn't gonna work. There's a handle missing on the axle here, so that you can turn this improvised grindstone properly. This does not... This does not... The wolves are free to take that down the... At best, it might wiggle back and forth a bit. At best... I prefer... This'll do it no good. I shouldn't take out my... There's nothing else to find inside. Ugh, what's that smell in here? Is that... Oh, gross! They had the forest around for that! But unfortunately, there's nothing useful here. The inside is full with nondescript junk. There's also this leather collar with bones on it. Nothing in it but a hollow cavity. Nothing in it but a hollow cavity. Nothing in it but a hollow cavity. Still makes the... A leather collar with a bunch of bones on it. Oops, now one of the bones fell out. It's got a hole at the bottom. Now the whole construct has a lever. Here we go. That's enough, I think.
Identification required to open cell. Requesting eye contact.
Don't do it!
Negative.
Finn, are you still in one piece?
I always thought chopping onions was torture.
Requesting voice sample.
La 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 la.
Negative.
I don't sing that bad. The surface is already corroded, but maybe it'll work anyway.
Requesting sample for analysis. Positive. Opening up cell initiated.
To be honest, I have a really bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same. Not gonna lie. What? What is that?
Did it move? Hello? What was that?
Hey, how rude! He didn't even say hello!
The lack of manners should be the least of our problems, because I see something much more disturbing. That fun little chat would only consist of awkward silence. So it wasn't just a suit that was stored here. I can't assign this creature to any animal species I know. It seems like it was hibernating in there, but never woke up again. Or maybe that creature was trying to hide from something in there. The clothing of this creature is still inside. There's something in the breast pocket. I'd hate to carry that creature around. I don't need it. I can't push. I don't need it. Apart from dust and a musty smell, there's nothing worth mentioning in there. That would be a waste and a pity for the... Nothing happened. It worked! I was able to pull out those screws with the tip of the scissor blade. You should be able to move the pipe now. switch opens the door. Appears to be a rope that probably once had a use on this building. It seems to be made of a completely different material than any other rope I've ever seen. It's much more thicker and harder. Who knows what it was once used for, when the rest of this strange building still existed? Nothing happened. Fine with me, though. I don't have to throw anything at... Dung! The statue is far too wide and bulky to tie the rope around it. I need something more narrow. I could stretch the rope across this... Only what do I attach the other end of the rope to? That doesn't belong... I'd like to keep this old statue intact. I don't want to cut the rope. It's questionable if it would... That doesn't belong... That doesn't belong... The statue is far too wide and bulky to tie the rope around it. I need something more narrow. It's stuck in... However... It's stuck in the stone. However, I don't think I... Peaceful, clear... Should I go swimming? I can't open... I don't need to have a conversation...
What's that weird package? Are there nuts in it? That's some strange rope.
That won't help her. Those mean thorns would only prick at it. Even the best rope won't create a path through these thorns. Against these big thorny vines, I'm powerless, even with the best scissors. Now she's free! I've got an idea where I'm taking her.
She's waking up!
You two?
We freed you from the thorns.
I'm still alive?
You really didn't look too good. What did those guys do to you out there?
They kept me hostage outside the camp. I tried to flee, and they gave me a pretty bad beating for that. Eventually, I was able to get away from them. I ran inside those thorn bushes to hide there. But I guess that was somewhat of a bad idea. How can I ever thank you?
No worries. You more or less saved our lives during our captivity. I'm Finn, by the way. We've seen each other before, but we haven't had the honor of introducing ourselves, have we?
Thank you so much, Finn. But now is not the time for small talk. Did my father open the portal?
He did! And he ventured into it along with his henchmen.
Oh no. This is bad. Listen to me. We have to work together. Everything here revolves around an ancient, magical scepter. My father longs for the power of that scepter, but he is about to make a huge mistake. Those machines, those strange places, it's all connected to that scepter. And my father will only make the situation worse because... my head, everything is spinning.
Hang on, Jarlina. We'll help you.
It must have been those toxic thorns.
Let's get that healer here. That won't help her.
You two again?
Well, we...
Do you have an appointment?
No, but we can use all the help we can get.
Then I'm sorry. You can only visit the healer if you have an appointment.
But all hell broke loose here! It doesn't matter in these dire times if you have a stupid appointment!
You two understood me, right? No appointment, no healer.
By St. Hippo, I don't believe it!
Typical spiders.
We're off again. I can't get past the spider with this. Gee! Ugh, that's some wind. It's a strong draught. And it's going out through the hole on the other side. Quite a maelstrom. There she flies away. I can see the healer's silhouette somewhere in the back of the room. Hello?
All right, I'm coming. Forgive my absence. I had to take care of some quite injured people in there. Let me tell you, by the hairy nostrils of my grandmother, I really have my hooves full since those machines appeared here.
Well, we thought maybe you could help us.
I will, if I can. By the way, I hope my overzealous assistant didn't cause you any trouble.
Just a little.
She is new around here. It always takes a while for spiders to adapt to our ways. Never mind. Off to the exam room. What on earth have you done to my cabinet? Well, whatever. There are more important things to do. And please, close that darned window. Thanks. I see you've already brought me a new patient. I will take care of her immediately. How else can the old healer Stenek help you? Amputations, nose hair extensions, a noble laxative made from only the best local herbs.
Well, long story short, we're trying to stop the wolves. They've opened the portal in the ancient site of the owls.
I heard about that. They are looking for something there.
We're on the trail of something ancient and powerful that may decide the fate of our world.
I don't know if I can be of much help to you, but feel free to talk to me if you want to know something more specific. I'll take care of your friend for now. Wolf, you cultivate unusual friendships.
We need her help. She and her knowledge could be the key to ending this machine madness.
I can try a bandage and a healing herbal ointment. Aside from the beating she received from her fellow wolves, the toxic thorn pricks got her pretty badly. My herbal ointment will be able to alleviate some of the symptoms, like dizziness, but still, you would need something stronger to also numb the pain. Unfortunately, I don't have the funds for that at the moment.
Maybe we can find something else that might help.
I just wouldn't know what.
I hope the healer's treatment methods aren't as bad as this place looks.
Well, there's something...
I am listening.
So, you're some kind of doctor here?
That's right. The only one within hundreds of kilometers. Practicing medicine, operating, and mixing herbs is my thing. Admittedly, my knowledge of healing practices is a bit outdated, and some of my tools are already rusty and worn out. But whatever, my patients survive my operations. Sometimes, at least.
That sounds... great! What can you tell me about the area?
We are on a rather mysterious island here, full of things bearing witness to times long past. But sadly, most of us have no clue about anything more specific. The site, along with the towers, are said to have been built 1,000 years ago by the owls, as far as I know.
Do you know anything about the old site?
When I was little, I used to sneak around there trying to get in. However, it was in vain. Still, the secrets hidden away by the owls occupied my mind. It is almost unbelievable that the wolves managed to get inside somehow.
Do you know anything about the towers?
I'm a bit stumped on that one. I always thought they were watchtowers or something like that. But since the wolves activated them, the true purpose of the towers seems to have become clear.
Do you know anything about the Wall of Fog?
It borders our world. In my youth, I was foolish enough to venture into it. It was the strangest experience I've ever had. It was as if the ground was slowly disappearing beneath me, and as if I were being pulled deeper and deeper into a gigantic nothingness. If a friend of mine hadn't pulled me out of there, by Saint Hippo, I don't even want to think about what might have happened.
I know. What happened to your patient?
Him over there, one of those horrible machine creatures almost turned him into porridge. Near the coast, there is a gigantic specimen of those creatures, and it seems to love crushing anything that gets too close to its steel feet. We're lucky that thing hasn't come to our village yet.
Nothing more.
All right, then. This will help her.
Ooh, that feels better. It's gone.
Nevertheless, sit for a while and rest a bit. Physically, you are still in a very unstable state.
And I guess I'll finally have a chance to fill my two friends here in on everything.
You were telling us about how your father is making a big mistake.
And something about that scepter.
Listen to me. I'll start from the beginning. Because more or less, I'm the one to blame for everything here. Nothing is as we believe it is, Finn. When I was a kid, I used to sneak around the old storage room at our headquarters. A place of many mysteries and innumerable quantities of captured goods that had been piled up there for centuries. My father, however, was not supposed to find out about me sneaking around there. I crept around the old boxes and opened up some here and there. The things in them were old and broken, so they didn't pique my interest. Except for this one box, further back in the dark. I seemed to be the first to ever open it. It was full of old documents, and what I saw in them seemed inexplicable to me. Thanks to my mother's teachings of the old languages, I was able to decipher the text somewhat. The documents told of some kind of story about events from over 1,000 years ago. They told of another world in which our ancestors used to live, but were under constant threat from another strange, alien species. Throughout the years, the species claimed more and more territory for itself, and our ancestors got pushed back further and further. Our ancestors would have slowly went extinct if it wasn't for one owl. She was the most powerful mage us animals had seen up to that time. She was able to cast a mighty spell, a spell that was desperately needed to save the animals from certain doom. She did all this with the help of her equally powerful scepter. And do you know what she created? Our world. Or rather, a copy of the world in which the animals were living in up till that time. A mirror version that exists to this day, separate from time and space, completely kept alive by the magical power of the scepter. Here, we were supposed to be safe, or so our ancestors had hoped. Have you ever wondered why something like an infinite wall of fog borders our world? As I said, the power of the scepter has its limits. It was unable to create a complete copy of the original world, but instead, only a small part.
Wow, this is really intense stuff. I presume this mighty scepter still exists?
It does, yes. In a hidden place that the owls have chosen here on this island. Behind this portal.
So the scepter must give the wielder tremendous power over our world, right?
Like any spell, however, it only has limited power. The day would come when the scepter's energy would slowly wane, which would result in the stability of our world slowly diminishing. Bit by bit, our lands and nature would slowly dissolve and make way for the original world from which the copy we know was created.
Wait, so it has already begun? And all these machines and strange places?
Are nothing more than the first glimpses into the old world, which assimilates into our slowly disintegrating world. At the moment, our world resembles a slice of Swiss cheese, with parts of the old world peeking through every new hole that appears.
Sounds pretty gross.
The machine creatures also seem to travel into our world through these holes. And as far as I have witnessed, they have been bringing all the animals they have caught here back into the old world.
So my family's there too.
It won't be long until everything we know will have dissolved, and we find ourselves transported back to the world of our ancestors. Or in what has remained of it during our 1,000-year-long absence.
That's terrible! Can't this be averted somehow?
The ancient documents say that you must take the scepter and reactivate its magic power. Only then can everything be reverted.
By the way, how did your father find out about all this?
The day these machine creatures appeared, I remembered what I read in the old documents when I was little. I went down into the storage room for the first time in years, where I hoped to find solutions to the problem. This turned out to be a mistake.
Jarlina, what are you doing? Didn't I forbid you? Wait, what are these documents?
Nothing, Father.
Show me.
It's just,
Immediately!
My father learned all about the scepter, and from that point on, he was obsessed with it.
Then we should find that scepter as soon as possible, and reactivate its magic before your father does, and possibly does something stupid with it.
Well, have you been able to open the portal yet?
No, we're still on it.
You have to hurry up. I'd help you in a heartbeat, but...
Get some rest. We'll take care of it.
I'm counting on you, my friends. As soon as the portal opens, I'll be with you from this point on, nothing must go wrong. Otherwise, all will be lost.
I can hardly believe all this. What an absolutely insane story. You really need to tell me more about this.
Surely some of the inhabitants of this village owe their lives to this old stallion. Or maybe not. She's looking quite better now. How's it looking?
You must activate all 3 towers to open the portal. I would help you, but I still...
No worries. We're off then. I'm gonna interrupt you for a second.
Always.
Nothing.
All right.
I don't want to cut the rope. It's questionable if it... I'd like to keep this old statue intact instead of chipping away at it. I'd like to keep... It stopped in its pose. If you wanted to stretch a rope across this path, you could tie one of the rope ends around that cylindrical pedestal below the statue. I'd best start over there by the other statue. I could tie the other end of the rope around this cylindrical pedestal below the other statue. Aw, bummer.
Ah, come on! The rope ripped apart instead of making this heavy guy fall over.
The rope is useless now.
Boom! I'm afraid you're not getting up again. Even now, there is no trace left of that huge machine.
If it didn't sound so crazy, you'd almost assume this thing is able to remove itself from this world at will.
Spooky.
The wolves must have uncovered this button. This tower is activated.
They made it. I knew I could count on those two. We don't have a moment to lose. Just look at that.
Incredible! You must be deep inside the earth. That light up there.
That must be the scepter, right?
That's right, if the ancient writings are to be believed.
So this is where it's been hidden for so many centuries. Oh man, just imagine! We may be one of the first to enter this place again after all this time!
My friends, we're not here for a sightseeing tour. My father and his men must have already made their way to this tower.
The only question now is how we're going to get up that tower.
Climbing up there would take forever.
That won't be necessary. Look, if I'm not mistaken, there is a statue of an owl over here in the dark. Gwen, your turn. You must put your wings on the statues. According to the scriptures, this sets off a secret mechanism that can only be triggered by owls.
Well, here we go. Whoa! Tubular!
These were some of the finer details in the documents that I managed to keep hidden from my father. So we have a crucial advantage on our side. And that's exactly why I wanted to take you with me since the beginning, Gwen.
Let's go up, I'd say!
Is this that big pointy fork we've been looking for?
That must be it.
I'm freaking out! We did it, my friends! Oh, didn't expect that. This statue has a firm grip on the scepter. I can't get it off.
Another reason I've wanted to bring you along since the beginning, Gwen. Only an owl can set this second mechanism in motion.
Say, why didn't you just ask me all nicely in the first place? You could have spared me that whole kidnapping thing at your headquarters.
My father would have become suspicious if he saw that I had suddenly befriended an owl. I was going to talk to you secretly about my intentions, if Finn hadn't run off with you before I was able to do so.
Oh, okay. I get it. Sounds plausible, I guess.
Can we talk about this later, please?
He's got a point.
You must touch the wings.
Wicked!
Now someone has to take it and reactivate the magic power.
And, how are we supposed to do that?
Well, well. Who do we have here? A roebuck and an owl.
That guy again. You wolves sure climb fast.
It must have been quite relaxing using that convenient staircase. Our climbing tour, on the other hand, was quite sweat-inducing. What the... Jarlina? How... This cursed roebuck! What has he done to you?
Father, no!
Jarek, please! We only want to...
These two, they are manipulating you. Just like how their ancestors did with your grandfather.
No, the scepter, it...
Please believe me. You have to leave it to us because...
If I hear one more word, I'll cut open that treacherous roebuck and owl right in front of you. Clever girl. So these two have convinced you to lead them here? Well, then let them be witnesses to our triumph. The scepter, forgotten for all those centuries. It had no choice but to waste all its magic power here. For a world in which we wolves are put away by you.
Jarek, my kind was afraid of you wolves. Plain and simple. You're dangerous. And your tribe was responsible for burning down the Library of the Owls.
Don't forget what your kind was responsible for during the last centuries. There once was a time when my ancestors dreamed about peacefully coexisting with your species. But despite every effort they made to find common ground with you, they learned again and again that the fear of us is deeply rooted in all of you. This taught me that, unfortunately, our situation required a more drastic solution. And as you can see from my little troop, I am not alone in my viewpoint. You've told us where we belong for so long. But now, with the scepter, I'll finally be able to create a world in which we get to decide that. The beginning of our reign has now come.
Please, don't do it!
I have it! I feel the power!
You're about to feel something else. Ha!